Hello there, and welcome back to another live stream here on ARK Survival Ascended. Today we are continuing the work on my western town. It's been a little bit, but yeah, I'm working hard on making some extra tutorials, extra videos, because I'm going away in a week for like 2.5 weeks at least. So yeah, I'm trying to work ahead a little bit with videos and content and having still some tutorials going up whilst I am away. But today we're gonna do some more live building, working on the town, continuing it. Of course, we already have a pretty decent start to the town, a nice main street going, stables, a station, you name it. Today we're actually gonna be working on more of the outskirts of the town, where we last time added the big dino barn over there in the distance. And today I kind of want to work on the rest of it, because we have the barn, which is really nice, but I kind of want to make sure that we make the surrounding area into a some sort of ranch, you know, because right now we have a main town that's going to be more up there. It's probably around the edges. We'll add a little bit more buildings in, but that's why the town will be. And then here on the edge, we'll be having a big ranch where this barn is going to be part of course. And then the ranch will extend here on the back as well a little bit, so that, yeah, it's nicely on the edge here of the cliff. Looking really cool. It's a very big barn. That's, of course, for the dinos, but it feels like it makes sense if we have like a smaller little ranch building, or a homestead, farmhouse, whatever you want to call it. There needs to be a home here somewhere for whoever's looking out over the animals here on the ranch. And then maybe later I'll actually also build like a bigger proper homestead house here, like a big house overlooking this awesome view of Scorched Earth, just to bring a little bit more life to it, and a little bit more life to the outskirts of the town, just as a little change of pace of building all the town buildings. So yeah, I will see how much I can still get done before I go away on my trip, on my holiday. But yeah, today I think we're gonna start on the small farmhouse first, and we'll see how far we can get in one go. Of course, it instantly starts raining as well. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with some nice little building over here where the farmer or whoever keeps an eye out on these dinos can live. Probably need a hatchet and a whip, just so that we can clear out some stuff in the area, I would say. Let's start out with seeing where exactly we want our foundation to be. I think it would be nice to be somewhat close to the edge there, because you'll have a nice view of like the rest of the map in that case. So maybe we start right over here. I think I'll make the main building like 4 wide. And let's see how long we want to make it. Maybe this is plenty. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. So we have a little bit of a decent shaped house to go with, to work with. We'll get rid of some of these stones that are sticking out through our foundations. So yeah, this is just gonna be like a nice little farmhouse, quite similar maybe in design to the starter house we made. Slightly different. Starter houses feel so long ago, when this map dropped. It's only a month and a half, a little bit more. I think that's probably all the rocks. Nope, there's another rock here. Definitely want to get rid of all those sticking out through the foundations. Okay. can also fill the foundation in all the way. Obviously, we need to get rid of some of the plants as well, but that's all fine. For now, what I'll do at least is get some pillars in on the corners so that it's easier to tell where our building is going to be going. Because I definitely also want to make sure that we have a nice little porch here on the front. And probably also on the back of the building. Just feels like it really fits with the vibe to have that. Oh yeah, I always forget, but I think, yeah, these never line up the same way. In this case, I think I'm alright with that. Probably gonna have the same here. Yeah. There's gonna be walls between them, so it's fine. It's fine. We'll accept it. So yeah, we definitely need to get rid of another rock right here because that's going to stick into the front here as well. And we don't want to have that. It's not a good look. It's fine with the adobe because it kind of blends in with each other, but it's not going to stay adobe for too long, so. Yeah, let's add some supports here to the porch. You know what? Maybe not, because I don't know how big I'll make this porch. Maybe I'll extend it further back. I think that's a good place to start with the build, and then we'll get rid of some of these bushes sticking out through my foundation as well. Shouldn't be too much. And with the whip, it's actually quite easy to get rid of it all. There we go. Please go away. Alright, that's a pretty good start. Just a little bit left over here. There we go. Alright, we can finally start with the proper building here. So, yeah, what I'm imagining is we're gonna have some kind of build up here, which probably want to have some nice windows here as well. Maybe we'll actually rotate these textures just to make them a little bit different than the other building around here. There we go. We can have 2 windows like this. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. And then probably we'll add in another layer like this, so it's like a too high structure. Windows like that. And then of course we'll do the little custom window design, which I really like for this type of build. I feel like it really fits with the style. And it's just nice, some nice tall windows that bring in some decent light into your build as well. There we go. I'd say that is a pretty decent start here to the side of our building. Nothing too special, but also enough details to make it look somewhat interesting, which is the most important part here. And then I guess what we want to start doing is just taking this whole thing up a notch. And what we're actually going to do is gonna make it slightly more elaborate design here. There we go, because that when we change textures, that will look really, really nice. Because if we do this, we can have a nice little window going on here. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I really like this texture, the window texture for these sloped walls. It's one of my favorite additions. Let's just update the texture so that we can really tell what this is all gonna look like. Normally, especially nowadays, I usually save the textures changing for the last minute, because in my mind I kind of know what it's gonna look like, but I figure for the stream's sake, it's probably better to change them around so you can already see what my mind is seeing. My mind works in mysterious ways. There we go. With some nice details. I love the little window design for those layers as well. Just really helps in my opinion. And then we might even add a little beam here. Just as like an extra little layer of support. And yeah, that's probably already quite nice. Okay, now we kind of need to start designing the front of the building here. And I feel like the first thing we need to figure out is where do we want to have the door? For some reason, I'm really feeling it just to have it to the side slightly. And I feel like we're almost just gonna have a couple of these windows at least. Oh, damn. This all got turned around. So yeah, at least a window over there. I feel like that makes a whole lot of sense. Then over here, probably not. Just because of the first little part of this. So that's about the same size now. There we go. And then we could add another window in here maybe. So that's kind of the middle of the building. There we go. I think that is quite nice. Fill in these and then probably that's just going to be regular walls. Let's do that. There we go. Make the custom window design again. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And then the door as well. And then I feel like it kind of makes sense to have these supported. Adds a nice little pattern to the wall. Less bland, less boring. Yeah, that might honestly already be it. All right, let's see. We probably want to... Do we already start with the roof? Maybe we just finish the rest of the designs as well. I think we're gonna do quite similar on the other side, but we're gonna slightly change it up by adding the door in here instead of on that side. And then we can have that whole part. There we go, like that. Fill in those walls already. Saves us some time. And then, yeah, here we're just gonna make some more of those custom windows. Because I like the look of them. And they allow us some nice light on the inside of the build. There we go. Perfect. Let's add in these beams. And fill in the rest of this window. Get that design going. Fill in the door. And I kind of feel like we should probably add in these beams as well. Yeah, I feel like these windows really fit the Western vibe for some reason. And it's nice to not use the default windows because they're quite small. Sometimes you just want something a little bit bigger. Okay, let's add in these beams across as well, just as extra support for the whole building. That looks quite nice in my opinion. Is he back? Did I ever leave? Well, I didn't stream as much. Yeah, I have a place for the church already in mind, but I was just thinking that I really wanted to finish the work on this area. There we go. I think we'll just mirror the other side, to be honest. Fill in these. Fill in this as well. If I can get the right snap points. There we go. We'll fill in these. Where did you leave the element? Oh, I think I might have put it all in the new tech base I built. I think. I have the mod. Yeah. We got the deco mod from Aaron as well for the Western stuff, which is really good if you're building towns like these. Okay. This we can start like so, and then we make this weird little shape. Take out that one. There we go. Okay, well, basically we can start changing pretty much all of these walls and skins to go for the final look, so we know what we've actually designed. There we go. Okay, we'll change all of these kids. It's such a long process if you're building these structures, but gotta do it. Gotta do it. There we go. Starting to come together, looking like a proper little Western house now. I guess we can also change the front whilst we're at it. There we go, like this. Fill all these in. Oh, geez. Okay, well, that's about it. And then we can change these to windows as well. That's what I really wanted to do, to go for that final look, because we can actually see that we have some proper windows there now. Yeah, quite happy with that. And then I think for the roof, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little lip here around the side for some snapping points. We're just going to continue that all the way across because that's easier to make look nice. Don't go to the side, please. There we go, because this will allow us basically to get a snap point that goes slightly over the edge, so it just looks a little bit nicer with the overlap on the outside. There we go, fill this in. Oh boy, please no. And we'll fill in the rest of the roof as well. There we go. We might add some extra shape to it because it's quite a long roof now without any like special shape or any details to it. So we'll definitely have to do a little bit more work on that. We'll also add in some ramps like so for the porch. Yeah, I think we actually might extend the porch to be a little bit bigger because I think that will work with these. There we go. So we'll have normal supports down here. Then the thin ones right there. Actually like that it doesn't match up with like the end of the whole thing. Like that maybe. That seems like some decent supports. And then we could add in a nice strong beam here across the front. Maybe here as well. And along the top. Alright, well, let's change these skins as well. There we go. And we'll fill in the beams. There we go. Yeah, we definitely need to add some extra windows to the roof because right now it is quite a boring shape if we just keep it like this. So the middle of the roof is this, I suppose. So we could add in a window here and a window there. I guess. But that would actually be quite low if we add them in there. So maybe what we want to do instead is actually add them above. Just so that we can actually use them. And it's not like at your feet. There we go. Just adds a little bit of extra shape to the whole build. You can just fill in these walls. I mean, we could stick them out further, but I don't think that fits this style too much, does it? There we go, like this. Yeah, and with the textures, it actually does look like it's going in anyway, so it's quite a nice look, and it makes the whole roof a little less boring to look at. And we can also add in a chimney from like the mod as well. So I'd say we do pretty much the same thing here on the back. Nope. There we go. And that looks pretty nice in my opinion. Okay, let's update these textures. There we go. Perfect. Some nice little windows, and then we might actually just do a chimney right now. Like something like this. Just really looks very nice. The modded items that are added to finish these Western builds with a little bit of extra detail that you can't quite do with the normal items available. Just adds that little bit extra. And I think here on the back we're gonna actually repeat the same kind of thing that we did on the front, because I think from the side view of the house that will give the house a pretty nice shape as well. Almost like resembling the shape of the barn. A little bit more pointy at the house part, of course. But I feel like that makes a lot of sense. It fits quite well. There we go. Like so. I'd say that looks pretty nice. And then of course we would have to add in some stairs somewhere. Probably just right there. Maybe add another one over there. And then here at the back, it remains to be seen. I guess we could just have one there, because you could still get off without just walking from the cliff, you know, jumping off. That feels a little bit more dangerous already, but it works. And probably we want to have one here at the side as well. Like feels like it makes sense to have a little side entrance there, and then we can add in some railings to really get this whole thing going. I kind of like these rocks here being close. I like that as a little bit of detail, so I think I'll keep that. Makes it feels like it's really part of the environment instead of it's completely being barren around the place. And we'll fill in these as well. There we go. And then there's a whole bunch of skins again that we need to start updating to get the final look of what we've just added. There we go. That looks pretty nice. I think I might even add these pillars down there as well, just to make the porch look like it's properly supported, because otherwise there's actually not that many supports, which is kind of weird for a porch this big. But yeah, I do like that because it has some nice room and space there now. Might have to get rid of a few of these plants sticking through my porch. There we go. Maybe the one that's right in front of the stairs needs to go as well. Do we have any plants sticking out here? Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, that all seems fine. And with that, the front porch is definitely built. We just need to change these skins here, I think, to see the final result of the structure at least. We might add in a little bit of details. I'm not going to decorate the whole place, I think, but adding a few details would be nice. Play around with the new mod. I haven't really used that too much yet. There we go. Yeah, that looks quite nice. This is actually a pretty nice place to enjoy the view of Scorched Earth. See the train arriving. And then go into the whole range and work with all our dinos. Please don't destroy anything that I've built. You Mr. Derpy. Yeah, that actually looks quite nice. I don't know. Do we have like a rocking chair? Maybe. This has a lot of variations, so maybe it does. This feels like a normal chair. Stool, armchair, sofas, a bench, piano seat, train carriage. Okay, I feel like some of these benches could be nice, maybe. This one seems pretty nice. There we go. You know, you can sit on your front porch enjoying the view. We'll add some here at the back actually as well. Maybe we'll I wish there was a rocking chair. I guess this might be the best option we have. Some random chairs around. Yeah, it's a start. Probably have to do a deep dive into what we can all build with this mod, because there's a lot of structures. Hitching post seems smart. A wagon out front might be nice as well. Let's add in a little bit of details around the outside. Don't think I'm gonna do the entire inside just right now. Shelves. Hay bales, that's gonna be nice. An outhouse feels very suited as well. Alright, let's add in a little outhouse, working toilet. Right about there, you know, a little distance from the main house, that's fine. We'll add in some hay bales as details around the place. There we go. There we go. You know, just a few little hay bales around the place. Make it look like a proper farm. This is actually quite nice, having these just pre-assembled boxes on top of each other. It's quite nice to easily and quickly add a bunch of life here to the side of the building. Okay, well, we'll definitely want the hitching posts here. We have a little bit of nature right in front of the house, so maybe we keep that intact. And we actually add the hitching posts right here. I feel like the one with the wheel is quite suited for this. And then maybe we do one on the other side as well, and then just a normal one. Right there. It's a little bit overgrown, you know. Just a little bit. Okay, and then this is the watering trough. Feels like that should go pretty close to hitching post. The side of the building feels very much suited for that. And then we'll add in... Let's see if there's a good card to add. We have the normal one. Coffin, broken card. Jill. Yeah, maybe the one with the actual cover on it. But I think this might be a nice little spot. Adding a little bit of life to this area. You know? I really love all these new additions for decorating. It's so nice. Doesn't really add much else to the game, of course. It's just really to add in a little bit of extra life to your builds. There we go. Just gonna add a few of those around. Yeah, the angled wheels are really good. Because that really adds a little bit of depth. There we go. That looks quite nice. The broken card could be nice to add in, like here on the edges. Maybe that's a little bit too far. A little bit flatter terrain would be nice. No, it's still kind of floating there. There we go. That's a bad accident right there. Just adding a little bit of life to the area. But yeah, I think that's a quite nice little farmhouse for the ranch. You know, someone's actually living here and tending to all those dinos that we can park here now. Probably I'll go around and actually make like a fence around the whole place, but that's going to be pretty boring to watch, so I'll do that on my own time because, yeah, that's just a whole bunch of repeating. Now, we do have this sign right here. I need a good name for my ranch still so that I think I can. I need to try, actually, if I can add a sign on top of this. So I can make like a nice little name for my ranch. Yeah, I can just snap it right here. So I could still add a name to it. For now, we're just going to name it the ranch. And then hide the sign. Gonna have to be Western. There we go. But of course we will have to name it like an actual cool name for the ranch. But for now, at least now there is some text on it, because that really helps a lot. Adds in a lot of detail, because I might have to move the post anyway once I start doing the actual fencing around. But yeah, that's a good start, because now this doesn't feel as random anymore. This big barn, we actually have like a farmhouse. We'll start adding in some of the fences around the area to actually make it look like it's a proper ranch instead of just like a random big barn on the edge of town. And then I think my main street, I'll probably end it around this building somewhere, because this is pretty steep terrain anyway. So there'll be a little bit of a gap between the town and the ranch. And then I'll probably add some more buildings along this way to make the town more than just one big main street. I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to do all this, because as I said, I leave in a week. In a week's time, I'll leave for 2.5 weeks of traveling around, so I won't be able to do much building. So we'll see how much we can do before I leave. I'm trying to prepare as many videos as I can. I want to build a church on top of here. I don't know when I'll do that. Maybe we'll do that this week still, because I feel like that is one of the big things really missing, because then we can have the church, little graveyard next to it for the dinos, stuff like that would be nice. And then yeah, finishing the ranch. And as I said, I might build like a bigger building as an addition to the ranch here as well. Like maybe that's where the workers live, and then this is where the owner of the ranch, the rich owner, lives. Here out in the back. Oh my god, look at this terror bird. That's such a beautiful color. Pretty decent level as well. Got more blue terror birds here. That's pretty shit level though. But he's got a family. Yeah. The ranch. It's all the dinos living on the ranch here. So yeah, and then actually another cool detail that I wanted to add to the town, or to the edge of the town, is like an abandoned mine. So obviously I can't go into the terrain or anything, but yeah, I added this little remaining piece of the track that would have been left here, and the rest of the track has been removed, or this would be coming out from the mine, and then you know, this is what you have left. So maybe you can make a quick little entrance to a mine, like an old abandoned mine for the gold rush that they would have had. Okay, there we go. We'll make just a nice and simple design, I think. Okay. There we go. Add in another row of pillars. Perfect. Okay. Just gonna repeat this pattern all the way down. So that's like the supports here for this little part of the train track. So yeah, this is just supposed to be like, okay, this is the mine basically would go into the mountain. Of course, in ARK we can't actually build into the terrain, but we can make it look like a mining entrance, like an abandoned mining entrance at least. That's maybe, you know, the original reason why the town was established before it was left behind, because they found, or well, not left behind, but the mine was closed because they found everything and didn't need the mine anymore. There we go. You know, a little bit of support there. There we go. And then I think for the entrance, okay, so this is a snap point that I have. There we go. We can fill that in like this. Kind of have to make like a mine entrance now. Wow, this doesn't actually go over the track. I was kind of hoping that I could have like one of these going over, but I guess, oh, this is just two of these. So yeah, we can still make it look like this was the mine entrance. we go. We're just gonna try and see if we can make this happen. There we go. A little bit of support here. Okay, on this side it's going to be a little bit more tricky, but I think here we actually have a pretty good build going. So yeah, this is actually integrated quite nicely into the whole mountainside. There we go. Maybe actually we go for this skin there. And then the only big question is over here is how are we gonna end this thing? Because this is not gonna go anywhere, so I kind of need to make like a different shape here. There we go. Okay, well, it's taking a little bit longer than I would have guessed. Could be a bigger mine. There we go. Perfect. And we just fill in the gaps. And we have our little mine entrance. There we go. Just add in all the supports that we need to make it look somewhat good. Okay, perfect. This is gonna be our mine entrance, abandoned mine entrance. There we go. Yeah, went a little bit deeper than I would have anticipated. But you know, it's a nice little Easter egg. I don't think there's any like mine carts or stuff like that in the decoration part for from the mod, but we'll make it work. There we go. Yeah, so it's like an old abandoned mine shaft here. Just a little bit of track left. That's basically all there is. Hello there, Ellie. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, change these textures. That's a floating bit, I guess. I need to fill this all in. I don't really think I do, because it's just to be viewed from the outside, but I guess we can quickly fill this part at least. All right. And it's supposed to be abandoned anyway, so... Should we add in the actual gate? Maybe. Does help with creating the atmosphere, I guess. The little bit of extra shade. Yeah, I think that's nice. Like, it's not much of a build, but like from a distance, if you're passing by with the train, it will like kind of look like this was in a long lost history. It was like a little mine shaft, and now it's been abandoned. There we go. Add in a little stair. There we go. That's a nice little extra detail to the area. Most likely not gonna see it that often. Only really if we're passing by with the train. I still need to... I someday need to change most of these, at least in the imported areas, to look nice like these. But it's just such boring work that I tend not to do it. Alright, so we've got a little new addition, a little farmhouse over there. That's looking quite nice, bringing life to the ranch. And then we have a little mine shaft over there. So the idea is basically that the ranch goes all the way up to here, I think. You know, just so that we have a substantial area of the ranch. Yeah, I think this is quite a nice house. Like the big barn was here and I felt like it needed some more in the area. So having the little ranch house out here makes it that it's going to be a proper ranch, especially once I add in like a fence line across and having these the little entrances. The mod is very helpful for that though, the Western deco, because there's a lot of good stuff in there obviously. Okay, I think I want to maybe do the church. How long have I been streaming? Only an hour, so not too long. How big does my church need to be? It's not going to be crazy big. We could probably add the church. So I want to add the church somewhere on top of this hill, so on the same layer as my train station, so that we can pretty much spot it from anywhere in the town, kind of sticking out over the whole town, and then we can have like a little graveyard area next to it as well. So kind of need to see where exactly the foundation is going to fit, and I guess in what kind of like orientation it's gonna fit as well. Because yeah, we'll see. I think it's gonna have to be over here somewhere. That seems like relatively flat. Let's take out our foundations. So I think for the width of the church, I probably want to make it like 4 or... Yeah, I don't want to make it too big, I think. Let's see. Maybe something like this for the main structure. I'm probably going to have some side portions to this as well. But of course, we'll have to remove a little bit of the landscape again as well. Always the fun part of starting any build. Clearing out the area. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good shape and probably a nice position, because it's you're gonna see it from the train station. So it's one of the first things you see when you arrive, and you'll probably see it from most of the town as it's on the higher layer than the town itself. So that's quite nice. And even on the back of the ranch, you'll be able to spot it. So I feel like that's good for a little church. And then we can finally make like a graveyard for all my Jaboas over the time that I played. Yeah. I'm gonna move all the gravestones to this graveyard then. So I feel like it's a fitting addition to make it before I forget the ones that I've lost. I don't think we've lost that many. At least not named dinos. We've lost a couple of the first Thylars, but didn't even name them yet. And that was mostly due to the bug they had with the Thylars. Okay, so what are we gonna do shape-wise? I think I'm gonna clear out these rocks as well, because I think I'm gonna have a little side addition to the church here. Okay, well, let's unequip this for now. So we'll at least have this as a foundation. That's gonna be the main part, and then I feel like I need a little bit in the front, just as an extra addition, and then I kind of want to have a little side wing. Maybe like this. Or maybe we'll do it the same and we'll have two here at the back as well. So quite a weird foundation now, but I believe that in my head I still know what this building would look like. So we'll have this, we'll have that, because that's where the little addition is gonna go. So yeah, this is where we'll have one of the custom windows. So nice and bright when you enter the church, because there's a little bit of light coming in. A lot of dinos in my town. There we go. Okay, well, that's a decent start, I'd say. You know, we have a nice little window here. We'll continue that beam at the bottom as well. Probably just gonna have normal walls down here, and maybe we'll have some kind of windows up there. Why not? Get in some extra light. And then I think I'm gonna have thin pillars there. There we go. So it's basically just a little overhang before you enter. We'll get rid of the rock here, because that's definitely going to be in the way. Yeah, I think that's just a nice little bit of detail before you enter the church. You have this little overhang, a little bit of shelter from the sun. I was going to say the rain, but let's be honest, it's going to be the sun. Let's get rid of this one as well. And then you'll just have a nice little stair going like this. Add in some support. And something like this, more support. And then I kind of want to center the doors so that we have like a double door in the middle. So we'll do that like this. There we go. That makes a lot of sense, I think. Actually, we could even do something like this to fill in the wall, because then we could, even if we wanted to, have like a little window above the door. That might look quite cool. There we go. Yeah, I like the look of that, I think. There we go. Change all the skins to see the proper little look of the front, but I think I quite like this design. Okay. That looks all right. Let's change these skins for the part that we've done as well. Saves a lot of time in the end by doing small portions every time. And it's easier to actually see what the structure is going to look like. Okay, so I think most likely we'll need to extend this actually. Gonna have to get rid of a few more rocks on this side, that's for sure. And then we should be able to make it into a nice little church, I'd say. I've got a very clear picture in my head of what I want it to look like. It's just getting it into the ARK that is now this challenge. And the good thing is that it's really easy to do the decorations around, because we can add in a little graveyard. We got like the normal gravestones, we got coffins, we got the modded gravestones and coffins as well. Like, so we have a lot of possible variation for all the decoration there. So that's going to be quite nice. Okay, and equip these. That looks like a pretty decent addition. And then I think this side part can only be one high with the wall, whereas these are going to be this high at least. There we go. Yes, I still have a clear vision in my mind. We'll bring it out to this, hopefully. Yeah, do we do it like this? More or less windows? That is the question. We could do it like this. Yeah, why not? There we go. It's pretty much all we need for the side edition. I'm guessing we need this as well then, to fill in the shape, because Oh, you might have guessed it. This is going to have ramps, this part. I think at least that's still the idea of it all. Yes, I think so. Okay. And then this is where we have some of the support for the roof. I feel like having the little round circle here at the front, even though we've just done it on the other building. That building is quite far on the other side of town, so I feel like we can get away with it, because I definitely think having this in here at the front makes a lot of sense. If it was stained glass, it would have been even better, of course, but can't have it all. This could be nice, actually, having the beams there. There we go. So we'd have something like this. And then the roof would basically start from here with a little overlap, of course. And then I think we would have at least this. Yes. Like so. And then this is where we're going to have the little tower. There we go. Have the beams going across like this. Yeah, do we want to have some nice windows in the tower or not? I don't know. Could be nice. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, I think that might be nice. Having a little bit of detail in these walls like this. That's also probably the appropriate height for this tower before we can start adding in like the actual roof bit or the bell. This is actually going to be a proper place for the new bell that they've added to the game. I can finally place that there somewhere that it actually makes a lot of sense. There we go. Perfect. And then this is where this turns into a little bit more of a tower again. Because, yeah, we would have a hatch frame somewhere. Maybe what we can do is we do it like this with quarter ceilings. So the hatch frame can be in the middle. Feels like that makes a lot of sense. There we go. We have it like this. to fill in the roof, but we can't. So I think we need some extra supports like so. Something we can actually snap the roofs to. I wish there was steeper ones, but yeah, there isn't in vanilla ARK. So we're gonna have to do it with these. And maybe we can extend them. Just to have a little bit of an overhang on the outside of this. It's probably the best attempt at this design. There we go. Fill this all in. It's not too bad. It's the best we can do, I think, with the available structures. I would, yeah, it would be better if it was steeper, but that's not really an option in the game, is it? Like, I don't believe. Yeah, that's not really steeper, and that will just get us a very weird shape. So that's going to be the shape. I can't even get in here anymore. And then, of course, this is where we need the bell. Oh, I made 100 of them. I didn't need that many. Do we want to have it on this side, closer to the town, more likely to hear it? That's a little bit too close. There we go. Perfect. Your little clock tower with a bell right here on top of the church. Go like this. Nice little tower. Yeah, it was definitely time to finally add in this church, because this was one of the earliest ideas that we had to build it on top of this hill. It's quite a nice signature building as well, because it's quite different to most of the other structures in town. So it really stands out in that way. Okay, well, we can definitely change these textures as well. Start of the roof. We're building this whole structure in a weird order, but it checks out. It checks out. There we go. I like that. And then so here on the side building that we have started already, but we definitely still need to do a lot of work on to actually finish, is we're gonna add some ramps. I think we just align them with these so that we have the overlap on one side. Basically just fill it in like this. That's quite nice, but now we can't have the snap point here, so I have to fill in these. Kind of fill in that little gap that's always there. Would be really nice if we got more sloped wall variants. There we go. But with overlapping, we can still get some way. It's just basically filling in as much as possible. It's not the best solution, but yeah, we can't really do much more than that. So yeah, I think here we probably just... Oh, well, we need to add back in the ramp if we can get the step point now. We'll have to do the roof first, I guess. There we go. Perfect. What does that shape look like? Yeah, I think I like that shape. Yeah, there we go. So that is the basic shape of the whole roof. Are we gonna add a bunch of details to the roof? I don't think we will. There we go. Change the textures. All the way. And we definitely want to have these be glass as well to get some light into the building. And then we can change the rest of these roof textures as well. And then we're actually quite far along already with our church design. And it is looking quite nice. Especially the front view. Well, if this thing is not in the way. Yeah, there's quite a lot of layers to this build. I like that. That's always nice when you're able to do that. I think we're just gonna add in another nice window here, repeating the design that we have basically on the front part of this build. There we go. Might as well do these. And the little custom windows again. There we go. Yeah. Might as well continue this roof. Perfect. Okay, let's first do these ones, because then we can get these snap points filled in. And we'll update those skins as well. And then we can just start filling in the rest of the roof from the right snap points. There we go. Perfect. And of course, add in the beam at the end to finish this design. That's another side of the building pretty much done. Well, actually, I think I want to add in this beam across the bottom as well. I don't know if I did that on this side. Didn't do it here, but I think I want to do that. That's in just a little extra bit of detail. There we go. Well, we got a bunch of new skins to update now. Just going all the way around. It always takes a lot of time to change all these skins, but It's the only way to finally properly see if what you had in your mind is actually coming out into the ARK world. And I think in this case, well, we pretty much know it because we already did it on the other side. But still, it's always nice to see the build finally properly coming together. And in these windows as well. Yeah, I'm so in love with these textures as well. Like, they're definitely my favorites in the game right now. Can't wait to see what we get for Aberration, but that will still be a little bit of a wait, of course. There we go. And we'll do these beams as well that we added in. There we go. So that's the basic or basis of the church almost completely done. We just need to do the last remaining side. And actually, to keep this going and look nice, we'll probably just continue this. Just to make it look nicer. There we go. That's a good start. And then I think this is where we want to do a little bit, something a little bit different. So we have that. Yeah, I think this is what we want, because now we can make like a big tall window here at the back of the church. Feels like that makes a lot of sense to have. That looks quite nice. Yeah, I can't really do that because, well, it doesn't work. Yeah, I think he added it as a custom cosmetic, so you only see it yourself, basically, because you have to install it. And when they introduced the custom cosmetics, they said they were going to add the ability of like being able to download it automatically if someone else is using it. That would be nice, because otherwise I can use a skin and you don't see me using the skin. That might look really weird. Okay, so maybe we add in beams right there to add that little bit of extra shape. There we go. What I'm most excited about skins wise and or building structures wise is that the guy that made Svartalfheim and the Dwarven Builders mod is now working on his next map, which is going to be twice as big as Ragnarok. So it's going to be a huge map. It's going to be Greek inspired, and he's going to make a new building structure mods for that as well. And since the quality of the Dwarven mod is so high and it doesn't really cause as much lag as we have some people complain about with the Klinger structures, really looking forward to what kind of like structure set he makes for that, because that has a lot of potential. Well, I think we have ourselves a nice little church here. Yeah, if you're gonna have to tell people like, okay, install this custom cosmetic before you visit my base, it's a little bit weird. But when they announced custom cosmetics, they said they were gonna add the feature where you could enable it on the server, that you download them automatically when you get close. And of course, on your own client side, you would be able to turn on or off that setting. But that would be nice, you know, so you could at least see what someone's using. Instead of coming somewhere and someone's like really proud of their base, but you don't see what they've done. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with this design. Looks like a nice little church. But they announced that when they introduced the feature, and it's still not there, I think. So, yep, might be another one of those ARK things. Yeah, it's gonna be quite nice to see that little thing pop up from different places around the town. Yeah, like the town square. You'll be able to see the tower of the church. That's quite nice. And then we have this whole area next to it to basically turn into some kind of graveyard as well. You know, add in some details that way. And obviously, with the Western Deco mod, we can do a pretty nice interior as well, I would assume. Well, we're probably not going to quite do that today. But we did make quite a lot of progress. We made a little abandoned mine entrance. We made the farmer house on the ranch. And now we made the church as well. That's quite good process, I would say. Let's get out the whip and make sure that we have no weeds in our church. There we go. Oh no, we have a rock inside as well. I missed one. Yeah, that would have blended quite nicely in with the adobe structures, but of course now we can definitely tell we have an imposter among us. Oh jeez. Well, there's quite a lot of bushes here. And I'll probably make some way that you can actually get to the tower as well. Feel like that only makes sense. Probably I'm gonna do the little edge like I did before. Oh my god. Ah, jeez. Always gets me the T-Rex sounds. If I'm not seeing the notification before, it always gets me. But thank you so much, Oscar. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and props to you also to building it just based on the tours that I did. I did now manage to finish my building guide. So for extra tips for the interior and stuff, if you haven't completely finished that, that will be up. It's either tomorrow or the day afterwards. Like, it's up for members now, for tier 2 members, but it will be up normally this week at least. I've been prepping so many videos now because I'm going away soon that I'm not quite sure about the exact timings, but yeah, glad you liked it, and yeah, pretty impressive that you've already managed to replicate it without a proper guide. There we go. But how would you get there is the question. Maybe from here? It's not a lot of room if you go up there, I think. Let's see. Can I actually walk up this? Just about. Yeah, well, you can, I guess, if you walk on the side, but yeah, you still can. Kind of need to add in these. There we go. Because then we can have the railings making more sense. Maybe I shouldn't have added all this then. Okay, let's see. We want to have the stairs there at least. Some elaborate stairs just to get up here. Actually, I didn't even need to add these in yet because I still need to have a way to actually make it up here. There we go. Is it actually one leather now? It is. Okay, that's good. We could do this. And then we have the railings going on like this. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to have some time off for sure. Like I've enjoyed ARK a lot, but I have been on quite a grind for a while now. Because ARK kind of escalated. Well, not escalated. It's definitely revived my channel in a way that I hadn't expected when I just started streaming again. And then the build system has just kind of been so much fun to design stuff in that it's really taken over in a way that I hadn't quite expected, because I wasn't actually playing that many games anymore before ARK released again. But well, I'm not complaining because I'm having a pretty good time, and we've established a very nice community, especially with the community server as well. That's been amazing. Okay, let's change all these textures. I think we managed to make a pretty decent way to actually get up to the tower without being too weird or too intrusive to the entrance here. There we go. Change the ladder. There we go. Of course, we could always add in some walls as well. I don't know what it would be. We could add like a toilet here, I guess. Maybe the confessions on one side or something. I don't know. Wait, if I make a door over there and a door over here, technically I could make it into a confession stand, and then this one I could make into a toilet, maybe. Why not? There we go. That makes the whole staircase look a little less awkward as well. Hello there. Thanks for subscribing. Okay. Yeah, that feels a little bit better as well as like the entranceway. Now it's just like a proper entranceway. We'll make a toilet on one side. We'll have some kind of confession thing going on here, I guess. We could just, you know, add like a window in here. And that will turn into... It's gonna be bars. That's the best thing I could do. There we go. That's fine. So a little entrance. Yeah, I'd quite like that. A little church building now actually with a functioning tower up to the bell to alert whatever we want to alert. Yeah, I think that's been a pretty productive evening, so to say. We've got a little church design finally up on the hill for Western Town. It was a long time coming. It will be a nice little landmark. Nice little landmark when you arrive here to town. You know, you'll have a good view of the church. We'll probably add like the graveyard here to the side, so that kind of integrates towards the town, and then we'll have some kind of connection from the train station and the rest of the town. And the good thing is you'll be able to see it from some spots in the town as well, like from here the square you'll see the tower peeking through from different spots, so that's quite good. And then of course we have our little farmhouse over here as well. That turned out quite nicely. Quite happy with the way that turned out. It's quite similar to the build I think I did as the starter house here on Scorched Earth, but just slightly different. And it really works well together with the barn, I would say. And I love this view because you have like the ranch area here in the foreground. You see the town in the background. Even from here we can see the church on the hill as well. So that is quite nice indeed. And then we have the little abandoned mine entrance here as well. Nothing too special, but just to add like a little bit of lore and just character to our area. And another nice thing that you could spot from the train when you enter the town. So yeah, that's quite nice. That's quite a nice addition in one stream. Of course, there's much more to do. Adding some fencing and details around the whole ranch and kind of planning different areas for the ranch as well. And making a graveyard too. I'll probably have at least 1 or 2 streams before I go on my holidays. So basically I'm just trying to maximize what I do. Have some content out before I leave. But also the content that I make during the stream can turn into some content for when I'm gone. Basically trying to maximize the amount of content that I can still make. So there's still some videos, depending on how much I can do, some or pretty regular videos going on the channel whilst I'm gone. And then I'll be a little bit late, but I'll definitely be going strong when I get back to instantly jump into the center. That will have been out for like a week, I think, by the time I get back. So we'll hit the ground running as soon as I get back. But yeah, some nice additions to the town, I would say. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. I think I'm gonna call it a day for now though. But yeah, we've done some nice new additions to my Western town. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the video or the stream, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and then hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.